Hello everybody. Okay, I'm going to go through again the worksheet that we have done in the previous lesson. Okay, so just a little bit of recap. Okay, what is functions? These are functions y equals to x and y equals to 2x. Now, they are also known to you as equations, okay? But the other name is called functions. Okay, then what is the word linear? What does it mean? Linear comes from the word line. So when we actually draw the graphs of these two equations or these two functions, we will get lines. Okay, so that's why we call it linear functions. Okay, so what are gradients? Okay, gradients, we also have learned that it means slope. So we have two slopes here to climb. The y equals to x slope, okay, and the y equals to 2x slope. Now, person A or person B will have a harder time to climb the slope. You look, okay. So if I go this way compared to B going this way, I think person B will have a harder time, right? Because it's steeper. So y equals to 2x is the steeper line. Okay, just like when I show you in this particular diagram. Okay, so that's what it means by slope. Okay, and we are going to learn how to measure, okay, slopes. And that's what gradients are all about. Okay, so, okay, let me pause here a while. All right, next is we are going to fill in the blanks over here. So we know that this is gradient. Gradient is a measure of the steepness of a line. And how do we find gradient? Please remember this. Okay, gradient is equals to vertical change divided by the horizontal change. The shorter word for it is rise over run. Okay, what is rise and what is run? So I showed you an example 1. Okay, now suppose there's a line here, okay, straight line, and then you can choose any 2 points on the line. So I can choose this point, and this point. Okay, so all these points can be used, but I'm going to choose A and B over here in this question. Okay, now we have also learned how to find coordinates of a point. So I'm going to ask you to help me to find the coordinates of point A. Coordinates means the address, meaning that you must give me the x and y value of this point A. So if you look, okay, go down on the x-axis, the x-axis is 1. So the coordinates of A for the x coordinate is 1. And you look at the y-axis, what is the coordinates? For the y, okay, y-axis is 2. So the coordinates of A, point A, is 1, 2. Now let's try B. Okay, Imran, I let you try to do B. Okay, tell me what's the answer. I give you clue. Okay, coordinates, Imran? Yes, correct. The x-axis is 3. The y-axis is 6. So we're going to put 3, 6. Okay, now, how do we find the rise and the run? Okay, in the previous lesson, we actually learned how to count boxes. So if I were to see this triangle, okay, how far does it travel to go to the point A, the level of point A? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we know that the rise is 4 units. Okay, but how do we find if, let's say, I do not draw the diagram? We can use coordinates, guys. 3, 6, and 1, 2. Now, you look over here. What we actually did, how did we get the 4? We actually look at the level 6. It goes down to level 2. So the difference is 6 minus 2. 6 minus 2, guys, isn't it 4? Okay, so that's how we get the units here, 4 units. So we take the y value of the point B minus the y value of point A. Okay, now do the same for the run. But this time, instead of using the y value, we're going to use the x value. Why? Because the horizontal change is the x-axis. Okay, the vertical change, you see this? Vertical change divided by horizontal change. Vertical change means the y value, right? Vertical change from 6 change to 2, okay? Or from 2 change to 6. So what's the difference between 6 and 2? We take the bigger number minus the smaller number. Bigger number is 6. Smaller number is 2. So find the difference. 6 minus 2 is 4. That's the vertical change, guys. Horizontal, we use the x-axis. So the change is from 1 go to 3. So the difference is 3 minus 1. Bigger number minus the smaller number. You get 2. That's why the run is 2. So you can actually count boxes 1, 2, or you can use the coordinates. Okay, 6 minus 2 is 4 and 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so I can fill in the blank here. 4 and 2. So the line slopes upwards. Okay, Jackie, imagine that you are climbing up this line, going from the left to the right. Okay, so if you go from the left to the right, you have no choice. Go up the line, you have to go up. So it's upwards. If it's upwards, then it is a positive gradient. Okay, so the gradient is equals to positive rise over run. Rise is 4, the run is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Positive number, so don't need to write any sign in front of the 2. Understood that this is a positive 2. Okay, now what about example 2? Example 2, you can see the slope between example 1 and example 2. Okay, they are different. One is going upwards. Okay, here, if I place Jackie over here, Jackie, no choice, right? You're going to have to go down, right? Going this way, right? So start from here, go down, go down. So that's why it is actually downwards. Okay. All right. And it is negative because you're going downwards. So it's a negative gradient. Okay. So now we have established that it's negative gradient. Let's find how to find the rise and the run. Now you can count boxes. Like I said, you count boxes. C is at level 4. Okay. Write the coordinates. C is at level 4 on the y-axis. So I write 4. Second number. The first number is always the x number. So I look at the x-axis. You see, it's actually negative 1. Okay, so 4 and negative 1. What about D? You look at the point D. Okay, what's the coordinates of point D? I look at the x value. It is 5. Okay, and point D, I look at the y value. It is negative 1. Okay, over here. So now if I look at the rise means the vertical change, right? Vertical change over here. So vertical change means I must look at the y-axis lah. From 4 and negative 1, how far apart are they? How many units are there? So I can take the difference. 4 is the bigger number minus the other y value. Y value minus the y value. Take the bigger number 4. Okay, here. Minus the negative 1. Okay, guys. 4 minus times minus is plus. So 4 plus 1 is 5. So the units is 5 units, the rise. Okay. I can also count boxes lah. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now, next one. The run is the horizontal change. So I'm going to look at the x value because the x-axis is the horizontal axis. Okay. So I look at the x value. It's from minus 1 over here to 5. How many steps is that? So again, I'm going to go and take the bigger number, 5, minus the smaller number. Bigger number minus the smaller number to know the difference, okay? So the difference means minus 5 minus minus 1. Again, minus times minus is plus. So 5 plus 1 equals to 6. So the run is 6. 5 to negative 1. I can go and count the boxes now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So the gradient is going to be negative and it's rise over run. So the rise is 5 and the run is 6. And that's your final answer. Negative 5 over 6.